Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Colton with Bear Scare Beauty. Hopefully this is going to be better than my last video. I have a new lighting rig, one behind me, a couple in front of me still. I have a monitor now, which I didn't before. I'm looking extra scruffy. I think the camera might still be slightly out of focus. It's either constantly shifting focus or nothing at all. So that's definitely something that I'm trying to get figured out, but I might just need either a new camera or a new lens. Anyway, what I want to do today is just kind of some run-of-the-mill special effects, if that makes sense. Some Halloween store, some haunted house level special effects. Just gonna do nasty blisters, right? Just real gross, pussy looking, icky, yucky, gross blisters. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna have a good time, and I hope you have a good time. So I'm gonna get right into it. Alright, I'm gonna start by taking, this is some Mehron Sin Wax, I don't know. Sin Wax, not Skin Wax, yeah, can you read that? Anyways, Mehron Sin Wax, and some cotton and latex. And I'm basically going to use some cotton balls here to like build up where I want the blisters to be, so they have like an element of squishiness to them. And then we're gonna go over it with a layer of that Sin Wax, and it's gonna give it that nice like shiny kind of skin-like appearance. And then we're gonna paint over them and make them look all gross. So yeah. I'm just unraveling a bit of the cotton, and then I'm gonna kind of re-ravel it and reshape it a little bit. And as I do, I'm actually like pulling it into the sides and re-wrapping it. There we go. It's just gonna be this gross in this little pill. Ooh. Take my insanely old liquid latex. I really need to get new stuff. This is not the good kind of liquid latex either. This is the bad kind that smells real bad and gross. And yeah, I am just dunking that cotton blob into it. And it's gonna get real stringy and real gross. Now that the cotton is sufficiently saturated, I am just reshaping it into a little ball. And we have this nasty little clump right here, and I'm just gonna stick it to my face. And just kind of press it and hold and kind of blend out on the sides with your finger if you can. Feel it dripping down your face, that's fine, that means it's working. I'm just taking my little palette knife here that I have. I've used this a lot in latex work, and I'm just going to like press it. I just realized I don't have a mirror on me, I've just been using my monitor. That's no bueno. Keeps me from looking at your beautiful faces, which I assume are there watching me. I'm just gonna take a little highlighter. It's honestly fine if it's not adhered the best, because we're going to go over it with that Sin Wax anyways. This is just kind of building up a base for it. Excuse me, I have liquid latex on the crotchular region. See, as you can see, it's lifted around this side. That's fine. I am going to kind of dip the knife in that latex, and I'm just going to like plop it. Kind of rolling the knife off of it too, I found that that actually helps it, like, not just peel up everything. Ugh. Sweet. Alright. So that's going to be like one of our big blisters now. I'm just going to kind of do that again with some more Caton. Just going to take a nice little blob of it this time, just a little tiny blob. Give us the illusion of some nice gross boils. Dab with the knife again. I'm going to choose where I'm going to lay it down. Get it right here. And of course with this, try not to put it in any location that sees like too much movement, if that makes sense. Like just right in the crease of the face would be a bad idea. Put somewhere like above. See how that's just right above? And it's also going to look real gross because when it's like all painted and done, it's just going to look big McNasty. And I'm just saturating that cotton with latex. Like I said, I'm not super worried about blending the edges right now. I'm just working on getting a nice base to build off of. And I'm going to pull you guys in just a little bit more just to see if we can get a better representation of this. I think we're all mostly in focus. But yeah, so I've just got my nice two little blobbies there. I think I'm going to do one more, like right here. And I'm going to have this one be like a little more elongated. So it's going to be less like bulbous and more like squishy. I know I'm using some very technical terms here. Give that a couple of seconds just to get nice and tacky. You could be doing this with Prozade as well, but there's no real reason to waste this much Prozade on cotton latex, you know? Fabulous. Get it right in your eyebrow. That's what you want, right in your eyebrow. So when you pull it off, it just peels your entire eyebrow off with it. Okay. I think I'm going to let these dry a little bit more. I am going to kind of press this one down more. Because this one's still loaded with really, really, really wet liquid latex. And that's also going to kind of help blend out the edges. Make it look less like I just plopped something on my head and more like it's organic, yeah. That's the word I'm looking for, organic. Okay. Cat. Alright, so these have dried down a little bit. Now, I think I am, because I've already kind of got like what looks like a burst blister going on right here, a little happy accident. I think I'm going to add one kind of on this side of my face that's burst. And I do want to lay down a little more latex and a little more cotton for that, just to kind of give it some texture. So it looks like there's like flesh beneath it, you know? So it's not just purely smooth. I want it to look a little nasty. So first, going to, oh god. Sick. Take this. I actually want to paint on a pretty thick layer. Sweet. I'm going to let that dry for just a moment, because I want it to be like kind of tacky, because we're going to peel it up and over, so it's going to give like this kind of weird, gross, ridged effect. I'm going to light down a little more so you can see that. But yeah, so you can see this weird, gross, kind of ridged effect right there. Right there. There we go, yeah. So you see it's got this nice, gross, like a ring right there. It's kind of what I'm looking for. And I am just going to gently dab a little more fresh latex on, because I don't want to really disturb what we already got going on here. And I'm just going to take like just tiny little bits of cotton fluff. Stick them right on ya. And once again, I'm just doing that because I kind of want it to look like, just gross. I'm just taking my finger this time. Yeah. So when I paint over this, it's just going to look pretty nasty. And I am going to have this be like kind of red and hurt looking, you know? Alright, now I think these are relatively dry, so I'm going to grab a little chunk of Sin Wax that I actually pried out. I'm just going to warm this up in my hand. God, I honestly hate the way all of this wax feels, though. Ugh. Okay. And I am going to try to form it into as thin a disc as I can possibly manage. So now that I got this disc going, I'm gonna take it, plop her over this nasty boy, and I'm going to try to blend these edges out. If you're anything like me, Sin Wax just absolutely hates you. And it's just a lot of this. Now I am going to have to rebuild a little bit right here because I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of separated over the cotton latex. That's fine. One thing I would urge you to remember: A, lighting saves everything. B, paint hides in crevices, so if you have any crevices, they will be exposed. The paint will get in there. It will let you know. I'm going to grab a little more Sin Wax, and I'm going to fill that in and start covering this one. Cover this little bad boy up. Let that mellow out. Gotta get another little snake of wax here. So I finished up this one and this one. Sorry, I'm like using the monitor again. It's a little rough down below, so I think I need to kind of try to clean that up a little bit, though it's not really cooperating. It's not really cooperating. That's a little better. But that's just kind of the danger of trying to use Synwax and liquid latex at the same time. They just don't seem to play the nicest with each other all the time. So, there's that. Okay, let me get this mess cleaned up, and then I'm going to jump in and I'm going to cover this one. And then we're going to paint, so I'll be right back. So I'm just going to get some more Synwax, and I'm just going to cover this bad boy up, and then we'll move on to painting. Alright, well now that I have successfully waxed my eyebrow, there's no coming back from this, is there? Alright, well, now that this looks sufficiently disgusting, I am going to do one final wash up, and I will be right back because this is putrid. Okay, got cleaned up for the most part. I honestly forgot how hard this shit was compared to, like, your regular Halloween skin wax. It's very hard to remove. So, just make sure you're using, like, oil or isopropyl myricate to get this removed. Yeah. So, it's not the greatest looking right now. Like I said, I think I screwed the pooch when I put too much latex down first and started peeling around the edges, but, I mean, for the most part, it looks gross, and it looks like what we're trying to accomplish here, so I'm going to start by taking, this is going to be the, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to start differently. I have my alcohol here. I am going to start by just using some alcohol-activated paints. This is just the Skin Illustrator. I believe it's just the Skin Illustrator FX. Hello? Yeah, Skin Illustrator FX. And I'm going to be using a mixture of Bruise Tone and Prime Yellow, these two right here. And I'm going to kind of, like, stipple around the outside of these, just using this kind of weird little stippling brush. This little bad boy here, I don't know if you can see. Him. Using him. Okay. Sweet. Shake up my alcohol and just... really saturate them. Alright, and I'm just focusing on keeping it on the tips of the brush. And now I'm using more of that yellow, and I'm kind of fanning out around the edge. So my little bad boy is just kind of free floating at this point. I'm not too worried about it. Re-wetting that yellow again, and I'm just going to dip into more of that because I want them to look nice and diseased. And I'm kind of going like all around the facial region, you know. Now on the same brush, I'm going to take, this is the, I believe it's, yeah, it's just green. Just green. Taking a little bit of that green, and I'm just really trying to keep it on the little tippy tips of that brush. Really terrible with like my awareness and filming, I know. And I'm just gonna gently like kind of dab, and then I'm just gonna try to tap it out. Because I don't want it to look like super green, I just want it to be like a fog around the edges. So it's going on pretty strong actually. So I'll take a clean brush with some alcohol on it and I'll blend it out afterwards. But I'm just gonna get it down right now. Just kind of giving myself like kind of greenish veins all around the face. Alright, I'm gonna grab a clean brush real quick. There we go. So this is just the Delm Tools 184, I believe it's their watercolor brush, quote unquote watercolor. I'm just gonna saturate that with some alcohol, and I'm just gonna use it to kind of blend out the edges here. Woo-wee! I tell you what, that is some fucking alcohol. Just going back in on the tip of that brush with bruise. Just really intensifying around some of the edges. Doesn't that just look nasty? Alright. And now, I'm gonna bust out some cream paints, because cream paints generally work really well on Synwax. This is just the Mehron, this is the Bruise palette cream paints. Wow, it's very, like, vibrant on camera, and it's much more muted in person. Well, c'est la vie. Alright. I'm just going to take one of their stippling brushes. It's the 193. I'm going to dip into the yellow, and I'm just going to kind of work it around. Dab it off on my hand a little bit. And I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, see, that immediately just makes it look so gross. A little bit of that yellow, and then dab into the green right next to it, just a tad. green. And I'm just kind of working it around like some of the outer edges. Because this is more of like a sickly green. Whereas the other one is much more of a vibrant green. I'm gonna take a combo of that green and that yellow. I'm actually gonna kind of like go under the eyes and around just to make me look a little more jaundiced and gross. Trying to keep it like a little more subtle, if that makes sense. This is just a 136 brush. It's just kind of like a like your everyday kind of flat brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the deep red just on the tip of it, and I'm actually just going to do a little like a little grazing on it to make it look real gross. Just gonna take some of the black. And I haven't forgot about this side, we're just not there yet. Taking a little more of that deep red again. I am just kind of cleaning off that brush on the back of my wrist, and I'm just kind of tapping out that deep red just to make it, you know, blend a little more. Sick. These look nasty and all pustuley. It's exactly what I'm going for. Now, I am going to, once again, dip into that alcohol palette. I'm going to use that stippling brush. Ooh. I'm going to take green again. It's a lot of green. I know. And I'm just gonna try to like map out some little veiny locanes. Okay. Cool. Gonna take the watercolor brush again. Really soak it in alcohol, just like my liver. Really, I am trying to make them disappear, those green lines. I'm just setting it up to layer on top of, because I don't have an airbrush gun, so I ain't gonna be using an airbrush gun. Ugh. I'm dipping into that yellow and that green again, and I'm just gonna try to like trace those areas a little bit. And this is in the oil palette. Just gonna take the big stippling brush that I have with nothing on it, and I'm just gonna kind of go over it to blend out all that oil color. And if it's starting to feel like there's too many cooks in the kitchen, don't worry. That's exactly what's happening right now. This is just a little veining brush. It's like super dedupe. Okay. There we go. Super fine. I'm just dipping into that green, and I'm just gonna... me turn the lights down a little bit. So you can kind of see a little better the veining that I've been doing. Gonna work a little more on the chin there. I'm going to take, this is specifically the veining brush. I'm gonna take some of that alcohol paint. This is primary yellow, and I'm just gonna gently follow some of those veins. Alright, well, my camera died for a second, so I'm pretty much done on this side. I was kind of messing with the lighting. Let me get you way down there. Up a little mile. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. So yeah, wham, wham, wham. It looks nice and gross and kind of juicy right now, which is kind of just what we want. Now I am just going to finish up right here, and then we'll be done. And I'll kind of bring you guys in, turn the lights down, get it all moodily lit, and we'll do a little thing. So, let me... So I think what I'm going to do is take, these are the Mehron Paradise paints. Water activated paint. And I'm going to start with just like a straight red. Sorry, I have like 11 different sets of brushes in front of me right now. So I'm just going to start with flat red and put it all over the thing. So that way it just kind of looks like this nice big open sore. So now that we've done that, I am going to wait for it to dry down a little bit because it does need to dry down. Excuse these two zits right here, but I mean it fits perfectly, and with these beauty lines you can't see them. God, man. Let's dry a little bit. I'm gonna retake that big stippling brush, and I'm going to use the Mehron oil paints, and I'm just gonna kind of dip it into both this dark red and the black down at the bottom there, those two. And I'm just gonna stamp over that, and it's really just gonna kind of look like a mess and blend everything. That's kind of what we're going for. Yeah. That's more or less what I wanted. It's just supposed to look gross. I am, however, going to take this just a detailing brush, and I'm going to dip into that black, and I'm just going to deepen. And I'm kind of using it to like fan inwards. Dipping back in. That stippling brush. Yeah, there we go. Well, it looks real, just kind of nasty. I just want it to look nasty. So this is a much more dense stippling brush. This is Delum Tools 953. Much more dense. Really great for foundation, actually. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna avoid spilling liquid latex absolutely everywhere. I'm gonna dip into that yellow with this. And I'm just going to kind of graze the perimeter. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing with the green. The green I'm going to go a lot more light-handed on, so I'm going to dab it off on the back of my hand. And I'm going to try to keep it a little closer, like almost right over the red. Flip this left. Go right under the eyes. Gonna take a little bit of that dark red. Dab a lot off on the back of the wrist, and I'm just gonna sweet. Now I do want to do something with the eyes to make them look more drawn and sunken, so let me cast off all of this garbage. This is the Alicia Marie and BH Cosmetics 1991 palette. I think what I'm going to do is actually take Lovesick, which is this nice red right here. I'm just going to use a very big fluffy brush. Coat it and just kind of tap along, and then just really messily, really just kind of get it in there. Like I'm even just like kind of dragging it between my eyes. I don't really care how bad it looks. It's not supposed to look good. It's just supposed to look nasty. And then I'm just going to take a dark taupe. This is from the Buxom Custom palette. Just this little dark taupey guy in the middle there. On an angle, this is a Morphe B17 brush. This is like my holy grail smoky eye brush. And I'm gonna pat it right on the lid. And then I'm just gonna use it to blend up. I'm gonna flip it upside down and use it to blend up. Immediately, much darker eyes. Now, I'm gonna go under my eyes. I'm gonna use that same Lovesick color on that same fluffy brush. Alright. Now I think for my final step, I'm gonna do something that I really... It can go either way. You either love it or you hate it, right? The way it looks. So I'm going to spatter some deep green. And for that, I'm actually going to use, once again, Mehron Paradise Paint. I'm going to grab a towel real quick just to cover myself. Alright, I got my towel on, I got my green, I got water in it. You know that. And I have my spatter brush. Basically just a toothbrush. You can absolutely just use a toothbrush. Just really dig her in there. Get a nice build-up of color, and then I'm just gonna... just really getting it in there. Alright, put the lid back on this. And I do think I actually want to do the same with a little bit of red. Ugh. Oh, man. Alright. Let me just go wash my hands, and we'll do a final look. I'll be right back. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching. Once again, this is Colton with Bear Scare Beauty. I hope you enjoyed this. There's going to be more tutorials in the future, more centered around special effects, more that aren't going to turn out like this. I don't dislike how this turned out, but once again, this is really a friend of lighting. This needs to be in somewhere that's moodily lit, not straight on with beauty lights, or even, you know, I mean, I've got my little backlight behind me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Colton Bear Scare Beauty. Subscribe down below, please. It would mean a lot. And I'll see you next time. Bye.